The survival mindset that makes you untouchable. I used to think emotional intelligence was about staying calm in chaos. Now I know it's about knowing exactly who profits from your chaos. That shift alone changed everything. See, most people walk through life like prey, hoping fairness protects them, assuming if they're kind, they'll be treated kindly. That's not human nature psychology. That's a fantasy. In reality, we're wired for advantage. Every room has a power map. And if you can't read it, you're already losing. That's where the survival mindset begins. It's not about toughness or aggression. It's the ability to see the game without being played by it. You feel it at work, when someone smiles too wide, flatters too much, but your gut tightens. That's not paranoia. That's pattern recognition. Your instincts remember what your mind tries to rationalize away. That's the body whispering, "You're being manipulated." But we override it. Why? Because we were trained to be nice, to not make waves, to be liked. So we ignore the manipulation tactics. We let subtle power plays slide. We nod when someone disrespects us in code, because they said it with a smile. And slowly, without noticing, we shrink. Until one day you wake up and realize, you're the reliable one, the one who never complains, the one who does more but gets less. And no one's coming to fix it. The only way out is to rewire. Start by dropping the illusion that life is merit-based. It's not. It's influence-based, presence-based. Whoever understands the unspoken social rules wins. That's not cynicism. That's clarity. People don't rise because they're the most skilled. They rise because they know how to read people, align with power without looking like they're chasing it, and speak in ways that signal competence and confidence, even if they're still learning behind the scenes. It's game theory in real life. A constant balancing act of alliances, timing, and positioning. And if that sounds manipulative, it's because you've been manipulated into thinking purity is safety. But survival doesn't reward purity. It rewards awareness. In a social setting, there's always a hierarchy, spoken or unspoken. And it's rarely based on titles. Social hierarchy explained simply. Who people defer to when shit hits the fan, that's the real power. Not who signs the email. And once you see that, your entire approach shifts. You stop trying to impress the wrong people. You stop wasting energy on fairness. You stop arguing facts in a room ruled by status and perception. Instead, you study the dynamics. You listen more. You watch who people protect, who they interrupt, who they mimic, who they scapegoat. That's where the hidden alliances live. Most people never do this. They're emotionally reactive, not emotionally intelligent. They defend their egos. They think being right is enough. But in power dynamics, being right doesn't matter if you can't stay in the game long enough to use it. And staying in the game means playing your position strategically. It means sometimes letting a fool speak, because exposing themselves is more useful than correcting them. It means knowing when silence signals strength, and when it's just fear. It means walking into a room and instantly sensing who's insecure, who's bluffing, who's the real shot caller, without needing to ask. That's not magic. That's trained perception. That's the Muta 1 upgrade, a version of you that sees the matrix beneath the moment. And no, it doesn't make life easier. But it makes you untouchable. Because untouchable isn't about dominance. It's about not being baited, not being predictable, not bleeding publicly when attacked. You know how to win in life? Stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Stop chasing validation from systems that are designed to keep you small. The survival mindset isn't about fear. It's about freedom. Freedom from the need to be liked. Freedom from over-giving in hope of being seen. Freedom from performing competence just to prove you belong. That's what they don't tell you in school. That street-smart skills will take you further than technical skills if the room you're in is built on politics. Office politics tips? Here's one. The real meetings happen before the meeting. If you're not part of those, you're already behind. Here's another. People remember how you made them feel, not what you did. If they feel overshadowed by you, you're a threat, even if you've done nothing wrong. So stop assuming neutrality is safe. In systems of insecurity, neutrality is invisibility. Instead, learn to signal presence. Calm presence. Grounded presence. Not loud, not flashy, but undeniable. That kind of presence only comes when you stop playing defense and start studying the arena. You stop blaming yourself for being ignored. You stop wondering, what's wrong with me? And start asking, what's the game here? That one question alone rewrites everything. You start to see that most disrespect is not personal, it's strategic. It's a power move, a dominance test, or a way to signal hierarchy. And your reaction teaches people how to treat you more than any words ever could. So you stop reacting. You start responding, intentionally, precisely. You learn the pause. Not the passive, people-pleasing kind of pause that hides fear. But the composed pause of someone who sees the entire board and chooses their next move with clarity. That pause makes you untouchable. Because now, no one can drag you into their chaos. They can't trigger you into defending yourself, proving yourself, or betraying yourself. You've stepped out of the emotional mud. And that's rare, because most people, even smart ones, are still stuck in it. Controlled by their need to be validated. Afraid to lose access, approval, or acceptance. But survival in the social world isn't about avoiding loss. It's about knowing what you're willing to lose, and what's non-negotiable. You get clear. Is it more important to be liked, or to be respected? Because here's the truth most won't say out loud. If you want both, you'll often get neither. If you want to win in life, sustainably, silently, and with your soul intact, you'll have to walk away from rooms where respect costs too much. You'll have to disappoint people who profit from your confusion. You'll have to become deeply okay with being misunderstood. And then you'll notice something strange. The quieter you get, the more power you hold. Not the kind they give you. The kind they can't take away. You become someone they can't provoke, can't predict, can't control. You're still kind, still sharp, still emotionally intelligent, but you're no longer compliant. You read the room and choose whether to play. You hear the manipulation tactics and smile without biting the hook. You understand the social hierarchy and know how to walk through it without needing to dominate or submit. You don't need to win every argument because you're playing a deeper game. The game of longevity, of self-respect, of not losing yourself to survive a system that was never built for your full expression. That's the Muta one path. And most people aren't ready for it. They'd rather blend in, stay agreeable, keep their head down. They don't realize that strategy only works if you never want to rise. But you're watching this because something in you already knows. There's more power in being awake than in being accepted. There's more safety in clarity than in compliance. And there's more success in mastering the hidden game than in winning the visible one. So maybe you stop asking, how do I get them to like me? And start asking, who benefits when I stay small? Whose game am I playing? And most importantly, what happens when I stop playing by their rules?